Hi, I'm Brad Knowles, producer of Friday Night Flies, hosted by Scott LeBoldus and Scotty Holmes. Enjoy the show. Welcome to another episode of Friday Night Flies. Your host, Brad Knowles. Welcome to the show tonight, guys. Anyhow, last night we tried to tie this fly. We had the rookie behind the camera, but we got the pro there tonight. And we didn't have audio. It always seems to happen to me, doesn't it, Sharon? I don't know what it is, but it always happens to me. But it's funny. I always notice that we get a whole lot more views on my videos when I'm not talking. So maybe I'm going to shorten this up a little bit tonight. But I do have a proud announcement tonight. Past weekend, I welcomed a new son to the world. He's a healthy, young little individual. He's 7 pounds 5 or 6 ounces at birth, 10 fingers, 10 toes, and he's got one hell of a nice smile. He's at home right now with his mom, probably glued to the boob, enjoying life. Anyhow, we're pretty excited to welcome to the family. That's our 4th child. 2 sons, 2 daughters. Can't be a happier dad out there in the world. Anyhow, let's go down. We got a special little fly for you guys. So tonight, we're going to try this guy again. But tonight, we've got audio. We've got audio. This little fly here, a nymph pattern that I've been working on. It's relatively new to me. We got people are already commenting on this video. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Nice.
So, this fly takes a couple popular attributes from a couple very popular patterns. One being the Pheasant Tail Nymph and the Prince Nymph. We've called this the PK Nymph. Shortly because it's the Prince Knowles Nymph. And anybody knows, this is my last name is Knowles. But I like to think of myself as the king. The king. So, tonight, we're going to tie this fly. We're going to get right to it. So we're starting out with a hook that you're probably not going to find anywhere in the universe because it's from probably the early, I'm going to say like 70s, 60s maybe. You old timers out there, you'll know what these are.
The goods.
The goods, man. All the way from Norway. Back when they were made in Norway, these hooks are dynamite. But what they are, today's comparable hook would be a size 10 streamer in a long shank. These are Vikings. I like to think of myself as a Viking. Right?
Yeah.
They got enough beard, facial hair. Anyhow, we're going to slap on a 1/8 thread anodized hook or a bead onto that. Tighten the vise, and you notice I put it on a little bit of a downhill slope just for the one reason to keep that bead at that end and not back in where I'm working. So, let's get to tying. We've got a 6/0 black uni thread. Lock her down. I'm going to roll it up the shank here a little bit just to give us a little bit of something to work on. At Mach speed. Here we go.
The blur.
The blur. Now, we're going to take some pheasant tail. Beautiful pheasant tail. I notice when I get into like these little nymphy things, I like to work. You need, first of all, you need the length. Second of all, you want to take from the middle of your feather up. The stuff down at the base of the feather is pretty coarse, and it doesn't have the flow for the tail. Okay? Okay? So, that's why we're using about the middle of the feather. You want to take a fairly good chunk of the feather. Make a nice bush tail, like something like this. Man, that coffee this morning is good, Sheridan.
Yeah.
Oof.
Stiff.
It's kind of like diesel. It's nice and thick, diesel-like. Okay, so all I'm doing here now is trying to line up the tips. Like I say in most of my videos, I've not yet seen a perfect fly. So If you're trying to make it perfect, there's no point. Line those tips up. At that point, you can kind of squish it together, bush it out a little bit. Okay, that's a beautiful tail. So you want to go about twice the width of your hook gap for your length on your tail. About like yay. Lock it down. You don't want to go too crazy on it for locking it down. You're going to have to kind of work back over it a little bit here in a second. You'll see. Because we're not going to throw away any of this stuff. We're going to use it all. Okay, so you got your nice bushy tail. Boom. Now, we're going to go to this new product that I've been using a lot as a rib. I used to be a huge fan of UTC fine wire, but this stuff has got a different shimmer to it. It's made by Superfly. It's their super glitter thread, and we're going with the red. Okay? And you know what we're going to do is we're going to compare the two of them, because I've got the first one that I tied with the UTC thread in the red. You can probably see that. Can you see that okay?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay, so we're going to compare the two of them, because then that's going to be my product test too, because I want to know if I want to tie this fly with the UTC or if I want to tie it again with the glitter thread. And that's the thing. You're always looking for that upper hand on those poor slimy buggers. Always. And if you're not, you shouldn't be a fisherman. Because in my neck of the woods, fish don't stand a chance when I hit the water. Not a chance. Okay, so at that point, you leave that glitter thread off the back. And we're going to work our way up in front of this, and we're going to work it up a little bit. So we want to be able to work it up to about where that bobbin is. Okay? The rest of it, we're going to start using some dub, and we're going to lay some other stuff over it. We're going to make it look real pretty. So you take your pheasant tail, and we're going to take that stuff. Oh, we've got that thing pretty tight right now to the camera, so that you guys can see what I'm doing. And we're going to work this guy back up. Oh, oh, get past the shank. A little gathering up. A little gathering up there, baby. We're just going to work this up the shank. Try and get as much of it on there as you can. Hear that? We're getting comments on this video already. That's great. We love feedback, guys. If you see something you think we can improve on, let us know. 100%. We are human. There's always improvement. Okay, so somebody get that phone. Now we got this pheasant tail wrapped up the body. We're going to lock it down. I'll try my best not to bump that camera too much. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
It is pretty tight quarters because it's a small nymph, and we want to make sure that you guys can see every last little detail. Okay, we got that guy wrapped in. Okay, she's locked in. Now, I'm going to take this super glitter thread. Pretty nice stuff. You want to try and get a nice even wrap. Well, I can already see that super glitter thread's got a real nice pop to it, man. Some nice colors.
Where do I find that?
Wrapping it up. Nice and even. Go past it. A couple extra wraps up there, just something to lock down onto. Okay. At that point, I got a little bit of background noise going on here. We are open. We're live at Spud Valley Sporting Goods in beautiful Pemberton. Well, it's not so beautiful today, unless you like the snow flying. Now, we've got to get ourselves a little case in the back. So we're going to take another chunk of this pheasant tail. You need a fair amount of it because you want to have a nice thick back casing over the thorax. Okay, so take that chunk of pheasant tail. You just want to square it up at the ends. Bring her in there, throw her in, tie her in. You want to, and then what you're going to be doing is dubbing over this anyhow, so don't worry too much about what it looks like on there. You leave that laying out the back. And then what you're going to do is you're going to dub, roll it over top. You'll see here shortly. So now, we're going to get to another thing that I did. You guys that are portable and like to have things well organized, they've got these new dubbing boxes at Superfly. These ones weren't from Superfly. As you can see, they're kind of a little hacked, but I didn't have them in stock at the time. But now we do. So you can get all your favorite colors all in these handy little packs. Pretty handy. And you see they fit right in your pockets. So you always got it with you on the go. You never know when you need some dubbing. And you got the whole rainbow with you. So anyhow, now we're going to put on some of this chocolate brown diamond dub. Somebody's trying to call us. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, I was going to miss a step. We got to put in these goose biots by Superfly. Anybody that's used goose biots knows them's good. Them's make your flies look buggy.
Is it a box lock?
So you want to tie those guys in along the side. I'm just going to slip them up like so. You want it just past the tail. So what I'm doing is just tucking it up into the bead. It just helps fill them in. Lock it down. You kind of use your finger to hold it into place. That makes it a little easier too. At that point, you just make sure it's in place. Looks good. And I've cut a couple of these goose biots off already, but I can show you what they look like. They're pretty nice stuff. I'm sure you guys already know what goose biots look like. Pretty cool stuff to work with and look at. Anyhow, they're nice and rigid. They make great legs. At this point, I'm going to work on the side that's not at the camera. Push her into the head. Make sure that those tips somewhat line up. And they line up pretty like. Just a little bit farther in and up. Right there. And lock it down. At this point, you want to make sure everything's looking pretty, because once you lock that sucker down, she's there. So, there we go. That looks great. Lock it down. Good thing I looked down and saw those goose biots when I did, or they would have been dunskied. Okay, so now we got that diamond dub that we showed you in my fancy little container. Gonna work that back a little bit. I'm going to spin this on there. We're getting close here, guys. We're getting close, ladies and gentlemen. You got that diamond dub. Spins on there real pretty like. And the thing is, you don't want to crowd the bead too much, because when you pull that case over, you kind of want it to bite into it. You can put a bit in there, like you don't want to leave a gap. Go back to my little selector. So quiet in here this morning. So we're just building that thorax up a bit. You want to make sure that it's got a little bit of bugginess to it, that's for sure. Okay, that looks great. We've got lots of diamond dub on there. And we're going to take that guy, the old pheasant tail, we're going to pull it over the top. At that point, you're going to take your thread, and you're just going to put a couple loose pulls on there. You're going to make sure it's all up on top, and I'll show you guys here in a minute. Make sure, now you can pull it down a little bit. Pull this guy back, put a couple in front. Pull them down tight. At that point, we're going to get a little bit more aggressive with it to pull it back. Make sure she's tight. Okay, so that's looking really good. Make sure it's on top. Make sure your wings and everything are looking good. Your legs. Oh, man, that fly's coming together nicely, Sheridan.
Oh, yeah.
So, this point, we're going to cut this little chunk of stuff off the top here. You can cut her nice and short. Put a couple wraps on there, like so. Whip finish this sucker. And we are finished.
Hi, good morning. I need the snowshoes.
Two pair?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do here is I'll just give you, these are, if you guys want to just go, we're sorry guys, we're live here and there's always something going on in the background. We're going to bug this guy out just a little bit, just like so, with our popsicle stick. We're going to roll this guy over so you can see what's going on here. So there's your back with your nice case. And if you don't want it too buggy, like I got a couple strands here that are a little crazy buggy, you can just clean them up a little bit. So there's your back, nice beautiful bead, undercarriage right there, nice pheasant tail. You can see the pheasant tail sticking out the back. That's that new rib. Let's look at this guy. There's the comparison between the two of them. Leave a comment in the box below there. Let me know which one you think looks better. Anyhow, we're going to take this camera up and then we're going to sign out. Thanks for watching the show tonight, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. We've got a whole new variety of stuff here coming in. We've cleaned a bit of room on the wall. I'll show you a quick video of that. Actually, we'll take you to that camera right now. Are we there? So you can see there's the existing with a few extra holes in it. But you can see there's a few fly tying materials that we have. And of course, there is the big gap that's about to be filled with the new product. But anyhow, we'll get right back here. We'll finish signing out and finish the show up. Okay, we're back. Sorry, we just wanted to show you guys what our fly tying wall looked like there. And we've got some new product coming. Look forward to seeing some new Superfly stuff. Anyhow, enjoy the show. And we've got a visit our website. We've got a lot of recipes on there. The recipes for this tie tonight are there, and about 3 other flies. So FridayNightFlies.com. Enjoy the rest of your evening.